So I'm outside on the superb short game area here at St Anne's Old Link today, because if you want to shoot lower scores this year and reduce your handicap, this is the place you've got to be. You've first of all got to make sure you get the right tools, but also put the time in on the short game area. I'm back with this week's news. You might want to keep watching this one. So I'm very grateful to TaylorMade, who sent me my new weapons, my new short game tools. I've got my 50 degree, 54 and 58, all the high toe wedges. I've gone with this black dynamic gold 105 shaft, and that is the S300, purely because I've got it in my irons and I really like it and it feels great. Now, we've not chipped any balls with them yet. I'm going to do that shortly and give them a bit of a go, but I already like the way they sit, way they feel. And talking a bit about pitching and chipping, Rory McIlroy, I don't know if you watched the World Match Play over the weekend, but Tiger had him beat purely because Rory couldn't quite do the job on 16. No point hitting 400-yard drives, Rory, if you can't pitch, chip or play bunker shots. So Rory might want to take a few pointers from this one. However, you're not playing so bad at the minute, because I know you spent a bit of time on that area of your game. So first of all, I did mention this is a key area of the game. If you are out there on the practice ground hitting ball after ball after ball, perfecting your drives, good on you, well done. You won't win tournaments hitting it off the tee. You will win tournaments by chipping and pitching better. And it's certainly worth spending a bit of time with your local coach, your PGA Pro, any of my team, either here at St Anne's Old Links or down at Lytham Golf Academy, and just doing a little bit of work on the short shots, because if you can chip well, you'll win more competitions. It's as simple as that. If you can putt well, you win more competitions. Your chipping will get you closer to the hole, and we'll see that in a little while. I'm going to go through a few simple pointers today. First of all, this is my 58, and I'm going to demonstrate the setup, how I'd set up to this shot. Initially, make sure you're gripping the club towards the bottom of the rubber. The further up the grip you hold it, and the more power you're going to get, the less control. The further down the grip, the more control and the less power. We don't need power for a 20-yard shot. Alignment, when I play these shots, I like to line the ball up on my right instep, and then I have my hands slightly forward of centre, and that gives me sort of like a descending blow. It allows me to keep my hands ahead of the blade all the way through the shot. Depending on the bounce and the lie conditions, you might want to allow that club to just release a little bit, or you might want to just keep your hands ahead through the strike. But like I've said, this is all very personal, and spend a bit of time with your coach. I'm going to talk you through a few things that I like to do when I'm playing this shot. So we're going to aim at that far flag. First of all, this is my 58 degree wedge, and the first thing I'm looking at is where I want to land it. It's straight down. When these greens are pure at the moment, they're rolling out really nicely, so I'm looking at about 4 or 5 yards onto the green. I'm going to land it, and then just allow that ball to release. As I play this shot, I'm keeping my hands very passive. 3 or 4 yards on, it's just releasing out nicely now, and I didn't strike that perfectly. I got a little bit of ground with the ball. Do like the way this feels. Let's try another. Hopefully get a slightly cleaner strike this time. So again, hand slightly forward. There you go. Really like that strike, and pretty much where I'd be looking for, how I visualise that shot. Again, there's another point there. Really, before I play any of these shots, I do like to try and visualise how the ball will fly. If I need to go over a bunker, I'll see a high ball flight. If I need it to go low and run more, I see a lower ball flight. Just spend a bit of time looking at that, picturing the shot you want to play, and your brain's got more chance of actually helping you make that happen. So first one, go right down to the bottom of the grip, really important. This is about control. Secondly, I like to set up with the ball just on my right instep and keep my hands a fraction ahead. I also keep the hands ahead all the way through the strike, and that really makes this movement a shoulder movement rather than a hands movement. And then finally, before you play it, just give it a little visualise of how you see the ball flying, and then off you go. Good. Again, each of those shots I'd take all day long. I did mention a little bit about the World Match Play. Yes, Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy went head to head. For me, that was the final. Great to see Tiger showing the youngster how to do it, and Rory, I think you did feel a bit gutted. He left without giving any press reviews, but also did make a little apology the next day on Twitter, purely because I think he was gutted he made a bit of a mess of that 16th hole. I don't know if you watched the final, I certainly didn't, but Kevin Kistner won it. It was probably one of the underhyped, because the superstars, in my opinion, had already been knocked out. Great to see Lucas Bjerregaard. Great to see Lucas Bjerregaard take Tiger out as well. That's a big scalp for that young man, well done. Back here at St Anne's Old Links, I'm just going to play a couple more shots while I'm chatting actually. Haven't thinned one yet, that's not a bad start. Oh, that's popped up a little bit higher, climbed up the blade a little bit more. So I'm going to just change clubs and go down to my 54, should stay a bit lower, this is the 54. So back here at St Anne's Old Links, single stable for the weekend. We are now, that last weekend was the last weekend of Preferred Lies, we are now playing the ball as it lies. The growth hasn't been brilliant because of the weather conditions, but be patient, it will come, I promise you. But just remember, do not prefer your lie at the minute. Greg and his team are working wonders getting this course in shape. So play the ball as it lies. It's automatic, you're going to walk up and nudge it or put your marker down, but please try not to. So some fantastic scores in the single Stableford on Saturday. Congratulations to Simon right now. Simon had it going, 26 points for the front 9, and one of his pals must have said to him, you're going to do well here, because he didn't quite get it together for the back 9. However, finished with 42, just pipped David Laver on the card playoff, so well done Simon. This is my 54. I'm just going to nudge it down a little bit lower. Yeah, like that. Oh, go on. That feels good. So that flight was a bit lower, a little bit more run out as I played it. Does sit brilliantly. These clubs, I'm very happy with them from TaylorMade. So yeah, David Laver came second. Well done, David. And all of March's prizes, so your March prize winners, your money has now been paid onto your account in the shop. Don't forget you can use that here in the shop at St Anne's Old Links and down at Lytham Golf Academy. 2s have also been paid onto your account. I've just changed location just to play a few shots up this bank in front of us, and a common misconception here, a lot of golfers in this position think, oh, there's a bank in front of me, I've got to add loft to the shot, and they might use the wrist to do that. You don't need to. I've got my 54 again here. I'm going to keep the loft off the club, allow my hands and shoulders to play the shot nice and gently. There's enough loft on this 54 played correctly to let that ball pop up nicely onto the green and then just release out to the pin there. And again, I'm just looking at a landing area about a yard on this time. If you feel as though you need a bit more loft, instead of adding loft yourself, change your club. This is my 58, same shot, again keeping the hands passive, and it's just popped it up a little bit higher, finished up next to the pin again. So don't necessarily add loft yourself, use your club, use your more lofty club to play the shot, but I've kept my hands nice and passive, again leading with that left side, nudging a bit more weight onto my left side when I play this shot, definitely. So it's the Masters next week. We're going to be doing our Masters money back offers starting this weekend. We're also going to be doing our Masters draw, that is in the shop here at St Anne's Old Links already. The Masters money back offer is one not to be missed out on. Lots happening down at Lytham Golf Academy as well. All the new stock is arriving. The top tracer is flying, really pleased with how that's going. We have got some fantastic prizes up for grabs. There's a nearest the pin, 123 yards. If you are nearest the pin by the end of April, so for the month of April, there's a holiday in association with Glencore Golf for 2 people, 3 nights, 2 rounds of golf at the Monterey Resort in Portugal. 5-star resort. It's worth £1,000 that trip, and that is for the first place in our nearest the pin competition through April. If you're nearest the pin by the end of the week, so on the Sunday the 7th, if you're leading at that point, there is a TaylorMade M6 driver for you, and we've just negotiated the week after a very special prize from HONMA Golf. Yep, HONMA Golf, we're going to be looking at stocking them moving forward. I've had a very important meeting today and it went very well. Let's get that 58 popping up. There you go, just a little bit of ground and ball, but because I kept my left side moving, the ball's released nicely out to the flag. That's about it for me this week. Hope we will see you all soon. Very busy week coming up here at St Anne's Old Links. We've got the Spring Mixed Open this Sunday. Saturday we have our Masters medal, even though the Masters is a week after. And hopefully I have got my green t-shirt on under about 4 layers because it is freezing again today. Hopefully we'll get a bit of growth and the golf season will kick off really nicely. I'm going to spend a bit of time getting used to these. Like the feel. I need to spend a bit of time getting used to these by the looks of things. I do like the... That's rubbish. I do like the feel of these gloves, and I'm very grateful to TaylorMade. There you go, to sending me them. Thanks again for watching. If you do like the video, like the channel, please give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and share away. Make some comments below if you'd like me to review any products, certainly the new HONMA driver. Speak to you soon.